Alright, let's see if finally it'll work tonight. Yeah, folks? Alright, so if you haven't seen the community post by now, and you may not have, I am doing this because I felt kind of bad. I felt like I was being overly dismissive of, like, the Backrooms, right? In that most recent video where I, like, go through various things and talk about what I think went right with them. I felt that I was a bit too negative, a bit too overly harsh. Because I had never really looked through the Backrooms, right? It's never something I sought out. I always knew it from the original 4chan post and like two other levels before it got popular. I don't know why I was doing that. I knew it from this. Well, technically, I knew it from. Technically, I knew it from this. Where are you? Which bottle did I open? Hold on, I'm just grabbing my water. I'm gonna move it over here. Nice. So, I knew the Backrooms from this post, right? This is what got big. This is what I knew it from, right? I knew it from this. Warning you about no clipping out of reality or you'll wind up in the back rooms. 600 million square miles of random segmented empty rooms, old moist carpet, mono yellow, fluorescent light buzz. The idea of things lurking around. That's how I knew it for the longest time. I remember before this sort of wiki, I remember it was like a bit more bare bones, right? They didn't have the, this. I don't believe anyway. I knew it from, right, when it got like it is now. This one, I think I knew it from this one, and then this one. Right, these are the ones I knew. From there, because I do know a little bit about Backrooms, right? I am a loser and spend all my free time online because that's just what I do, right? Sorry, I was responding to someone. Like, I'm a loser. I spend my time online. This is kind of how I spend my free time. So I have, admittedly, ages ago, like 2, 3 years ago, maybe even 4 at this fucking point, right? Perused. That's such a annoying ass word to say. I recognize this, 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 and this. I recognize those. That's it, I think. Oh, like a boat. Okay, I was gonna say. That's a bit. Do you guys remember, or is this one the one I know? Do you guys remember moribund, huh? That's a word you don't see often. Do you guys remember when liminal spaces were getting popular? I'm pretty sure that little pool room is a level somewhere. Maybe it's in one of these. As you guys probably know by now, I tried making this video once before. Didn't work out well. I got mad, genuinely like so irritated and frustrated last night. This morning, I guess, technically. And you can see some of that frustration over there in the community post where I left a comment. I'm going to assume none of you have really went through the back rooms since nobody gave me like a level or anything. Every time I mention like nobody giving responses, I feel like an asshole for bringing it up, but like I don't know. I don't think you guys are big on the backrooms either, so with any luck, this will be like us exploring this for the first time. We're giving it a fair shake for the first time, because of course I've been around a little bit, right? A little bit. A scant amount, some would say. And I have a question. If you're big on the backrooms, why are the entities like this? When we get to 56, there's no entry. Yet they continue past. 59, there's no entry. 62, no entry. There's a pair right there, no entry. 88 and 89. 100, not even numbered in. 103, 105. Let's see if we can find a nice little cluster doubles. There, a four, no entry. Twos, threes, twos. 199, not entered in. 200 is, though. And not much else from the looks of it. Wow, would you look at that? 258 to 282, not entry. 299, no data. 300, however, that's of course there. Then we skip over to 315 because there's no 314. No, 301 to 314, rather. Then we skip to 326. It's an 11 number skip. Then a 6 number skip. Next one is 332. Then we do get 333. Then a 13 number skip. Then then a 19 number skip. Then a 15 number. 18, 1, 4, 7. You see the 7, I think? You see the thing I'm trying to say here, right? 11. You see the thing I'm saying here, right? Like 420, 440. We're missing the 20 numbers. 600, 666, because of course you had to have this one I get, right? Everyone's going to put one in there. What is the biggest? Oh, right there, an 87 number difference. Did we need it like this? Can you, as the mods, not make them retroactively denumber them so that they have a nice complete list all the way through? I don't know if SCP is making my standards too high, right? For all I know, it is, right? Maybe I am being a pedantic asshole, and nobody really cares about this. That may be very well true. But and I can say this genuinely because I am on the outside looking in. On the outside looking in, it kind of feels a bit, I don't want to say unprofessional, because this is just people's free time and hobby, right? But it's a bad look to see all these missing ones and we just go through like nothing's real. And sure, SCP is not completely exempt from that, but like, look, I can go through Series 3. Right here. On, I think I'm being gaslit right now by someone. Let's check Series 8. One of the more recent ones. And this is blind, I don't know if I'm gonna... I keep double taking for all the different colors. I'm like, oh, is that an empty one? So this is Series 8. I'll have to check that out later. We're scrolling. To check that out later. And I don't think I saw a single one missing. We go to Series 9. And sure, part of that is SCP is more popular. Alright, now we're getting some access denied. Right, doesn't exist. Part of that is SCP is more popular. right? I understand that. And I hmm, and I get it, right? Like I love this one a lot. I love this one a lot. Also, you should totally read 8,000. Take any excuse to laud over this. Yeah. This one's a great one. Believe me, it's amazing. Um, by Plague J.P. James. And this is just entities, sure, but dude, come on, man, do we need it like that? Anyway, I don't know if I'll actually go back and use this, but I'll keep it open just in case. But enough about being negative immediately. Let's be positive now, as I do actually have something good to say. I like this a lot. This little thing right here, right? The stuff, right? Being right there. Whoops. Did I close the... Oh, I guess it makes sense. I would, huh? Let's go here. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have that here. Sorry, guys, I sneezed. Ow, my fucking ribs! Of course, the foundation site is laid out differently. Immediately is the big sidebar, and it's even differently colored. I don't give a shit. It even is differently colored, right? As opposed to Backrooms, which is a bit nicer. You have to like pop out the sidebar. I don't know which one's better, but point is like they do it differently. I like that it's right here for you if you're looking at something you might want to contribute to. With both an in-universe and an out-of-universe explanation. You have the nice flowery language of like, oh yeah, here's how it is, right? When you consider, and then here's just telling you straight up how it works and how you might be able to take advantage of that. So I like that a lot, for real. It works here. Oh, look, an explanation. In-universe, do it. Sublayers are intended to add lore or depth to an already written level. Think of them as spin-offs of the level they can be found in, levels within the level, or a level between other levels. Okay, so I guess what they're saying is these are basically exploration logs, or how I consider exploration logs in SCP stories. Or maybe like an attache tale or something. I don't worry, I will read some of this stuff out loud. I'm just if I skim I won't because it would be wrong, I guess. Maybe you can as I do this pull the thing I'm looking up side by side because again, even if it's just reading their thing by yourself, give people a little spot of support you. And if you have a Wiki account, bam, look at these. Wait, if you hide disclaimer and then go, oh, I wanted that. It's back. Isn't that funny? I found that out by accident. So, indeed it is. So, if you remember last time, I mentioned, whoa, what the hell? This isn't the fucking Backrooms I know. And then if you remember last time, oh, what the hell? This isn't the Backrooms I know. Uh, weird. I don't remember what it is exactly, but I definitely remember them mentioning these. This stuff. The way it's written, I do remember it being like this. Mentioning of the front rooms, I remember it being like that. I don't remember this. At the very least, I don't remember this. But that's all archival stuff, so let's not focus on archival stuff right now, yeah? Let's actually give this a reading. Right. Red rooms. This is the Lord thing? Oh, hey, look at that. Maybe wondering, cheese underscore stick one, what do you mean by oh, hey, look at that? Whoops, too far. I wanted something in the middle. You'll do. You recognize something? No. Ugh, as I yawn. Not inherently a bad thing, right? It's fine to wear your inspiration on your sleeve because everyone looks at this and they know what that is. Of course, the exact terms are lost on me as I've not been around for a while. But that, this little here, I like that. Out of 5, it lets you know the margin. That's nice. Does it? Fun. Naturally. Which one did I click on? Like it doesn't tell you outside of a color thing, right? But you don't even really know like oh yeah, one, and you don't get what that means. Dark notice. Is that good? Is that bad? You can infer with the color, right? But that's about as close as you can get. I'll give you a read after this, don't worry. But this is a lot easier to tell, right? You got that, you got that, you got that. I don't know about this. I should probably still stick with the out of 5 thing. I don't know what that is about. Sorry, I'm very tired. Anyway, and then you can see how the wiki has changed its thing over time, right? That happens, as you'll see here. All we have is the object class. Holy fuck, I do not give a shit about this ad. I didn't bother with ad blocks, so, right. Look at the other citations right there. Does... Well, that's good. I don't know if it's just an auto wiki dot thing, but either way, that's cool. So you can see, like, even in the foundation itself, right, things have changed. Item, object class. As opposed to we now have containment class, disruption, and risk with our little classification thing. Notes. But, I'll close that one, actually. I don't like that you're highlighted. Stop that. Anyway, what was I saying, right? Like, it's fine that this isn't matching, because, hell, the foundation itself doesn't do that, right? What was once standard falls out of practice. I'm just assuming that this was first, because, who knows, maybe this was standard, maybe now this is new standard. If this is new standard, I don't like that. If this is new standard, I like that. But, so I just remember to tell someone. Uh, if this is, right, I already finished. I like that this is still here. I wish there was like a link to an archived image of the post. I don't know if there's is archived anywhere, probably on fucking Desu Archive or some shit like that. I guess we might figure out what you are later. It's over. Anyway, I'll actually give it its reading now. But I won't read the preamble. What is it? You gotta double space there. You gotta hit enter twice. Um, my water at there we are. Let me see if this did that right. Nope. Anyway. Level 0 is the first level of the Backrooms and the first level many encounter. Description. Level 0 is a non-linear space resembling the backrooms of a retail outlet. Similar to its previous form, all rooms in Level 0 appear uniform and share superficial features such as yellowish wallpaper, damp carpet, and inconsistently placed fluorescent lighting. However, no two rooms within the level are identical. The installed lighting flickers inconsistently and hums at a consistent frequency. This buzzing is notably louder and more obtrusive than ordinary fluorescent humming. An examination of the fixtures to determine the source has been inconclusive. The substance saturating the carpet cannot be consistently identified. It is not water, nor is it safe to consume. Footnote. Traces of pleural fluid have been found in the analysis. Linear spaces in Level 0 are altered drastically. It is possible to walk in a straight line and return to the starting point, and retracing your steps will result in a different set of rooms appearing than the ones already passed through. Due to this and the visual similarity between rooms, consistent navigation is extremely difficult. Devices such as compasses and GPS locators fail to function within the level, and radio communications are distorted and unreliable. Level 0 is entirely still and completely devoid of life. Despite the fact that it is the primary entrance to the backrooms, contact with other wanderers within the level has never been reported. Presumably, a great number of people have died before exiting. The most likely causes being dehydration, starvation, and psychological trauma due to sensory deprivation and isolation. I don't think that causes death, but okay. However, no corpses have been reported from these hypothetical deaths. Attempting to enter Level 0 in a group will result in the separation of the group until the level is exited. Rooms with red wallpaper and dim lighted appear very rarely. These should not be approached or entered. Hallucinations are common in Level 0, and the most common being humming from the lighting increasing to a deafening volume, then abruptly silencing, the appearance of doors, the appearance of stairs, acute deja vu, human-like speech resembling no known language, movement in peripheral vision resembling insects crawling underneath the wallpaper, which disappears on the wall when observed directly, insect-like chittering. According to analysis, CO2 levels within Level 0 are rising at a steady rate. The significance of this is unknown. Entities. No entities are known to exist within the level, including other humans. If you see, hear, or encounter what you believe to be another wanderer, it is not human. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Accidental no-clipping out of the bounds of reality is the most consistent way of accessing Level 0, and by extension the backrooms. See the Basics of the Backrooms Guide for more information. We'll cue that up real quick. The fortresses at Level 283 rarely contain wooden doors that smell of mold. Entering these doors will lead to Level 0. Exits. Exiting Level 0 is only possible by no-clipping, which will always result in an entry to Level 1. Newcomers to Level 0 are often unfamiliar with the mechanics of the backrooms. It is necessary to keep your bearings and adapt quickly to the environment in order to exit. Entrance to the Manila Room is very rare, but possible by walking in an almighty distance. By walking an almighty distance in any direction. What a strange. Unlike Level 0, wanderers can meet freely in the Manila Room, but the room is a dead end. Rather, it functions as a rendezvous room for wanderers who survive the trek. Additionally, documentation from the MEG, or the MEG, can be found in the Manila Room, assisting newcomers in survival and escape. Instructions on how to no-clip can be found in Data Missing. All in all, for the first foray into the backrooms, it's not bad, right? It's not a bad, like, starter. At least I think it's not. There's enough to, like, give you something to sink your teeth in. Walking in, right? If this is your first time going, you look at levels, you click the first one. It's good, right? We have the archive stuff, should you care about that. We have references to other things with appropriate hyperlinks. I still think it's weird that we have the if you see here encounter we believe another wanderer, it's not human, but we also have, where is it? Was it no entities? But it's still telling you if you see something that's not a human. I think it should still be more clear if that's a hallucination or not, right? I don't like this very much. I prefer it when it's just a big fucking labyrinth. That's way more fun. And I mentioned that, and I should have drawn parallels more often to each other's stories. in the video, and I'll try to do that going ahead with any of the new things I'll do of something of like light nature, right? But I should have said like, oh yeah, as compared to 3008, which keeps it a solid maze, right? Where moving is consistent, and the backrooms, or level 0 at the very least, doesn't do that. Not my thing. If it's yours, go crazy, but not for me, I guess. But I don't hate the backrooms, right? Or at least I don't dislike this. It's a bit cut and dry, but they wanted to keep it consistent. I respect that. At least I think I do. I like this is a cool little plot line that you can probably take and run with. It's like that's nice. They put a little thing there for a quick and easy level 1. It's fine. Queue up these two. Oh, cute. Right. Is that vanilla? I would just call it the wallpaper room. This is short sample doc. Okay, so in-universe talking to you about how it all works. That's cool. So what is this? The meeting point for wanderers, despite this will always be in the same location. Which, okay, so then that's kind of weird because that implies, right, because it's always in the same location. That kind of goes against the, hey, you can't find your way in 0, because how could it be in the same location if 0 is, you know what I'm trying to say? Anomalies, huh? Noise, brightness of lights, varies, but the same buzzing is still there. Standard entities not been observed, but there are noises, okay. And then this is a place where they just store info for new people, I guess. Field guide for stuff. I like the idea of MEG, I just don't think it really fits. Kind of cool, right? I don't think I would consider it canon just because it kind of goes against some of the stuff I already said. Let's start with the basics. This article is outdated, of course. I should have known. That's a shame. If we're rewriting 0, this should definitely be already, like, being revamped, I feel. I mean, I can't say, like, oh, you should revamp this, but, like, I mean, maybe one of the mods can do it. I won't, because I'm a guy on the outside looking in. I know this place isn't really my jam, so I don't want to, like, fuck with the feng shui or whatever. Who knows, maybe if you guys are a fucking admin or something. What is... Okay, so... Even though this is outdated, I'll still give... Okay. Okay, is this in or out of lore? I should have left 0 open. Taskbars. I don't think I'll ever pop back over to this. I can close that. Taskbar is quickly filling up. Let's see. Um, so are we on a terminal, by the way? Because it's telling you right here. See the basics of the Backrooms Guide for more information. Is this like a packet that they leave on the table, or like that you flip to that page later, or are you on a terminal and you can look that up or something? With SCP, it's a bit more clear, right? Whether or not your paper copy is a digital copy doesn't matter. The idea is you're a researcher internally, and you can just go to the number if you need cross-referencing, right? Or you have superiors to report to, stuff like that. For this, given you're just a guy and it's telling you see the basics, what does that really mean? Do you just have it in your pocket? Frankly, you just might. This guide is to help newcomers prepare physically and mentally for the backrooms. So read up. There is no documented escapes. I think that lore has changed. I'm pretty sure. I like that that's in quotes. It's cute. No for sure way to do this happen. I like that this is like talking to you vibe because it's presumably made by someone, probably from someone from the MEG, whatever that stands for. I'm just gonna start calling it the Meg now. So, ways that this could happen. No clipping. Walls that are shade darker in abandoned buildings. I don't know why it needs to be abandoned. Doors that look like they should not lead anywhere or in random places. Any area gives paranormal feelings. Right? Tells you like what those are. It's cute. missing the last step of a flight of stairs and falling on your face. This usually does not work. Only in select flights of stairs. Normally, properties of set stairs disappear and move after 2 or so entries using this method. That's cute. I like that. Interacting with a corrupted object such as a glitched chair. Gary's mod C clipping. C fighting for the C. The ragdoll spazzing out. Find something that looks like an entrance, be prepared, then try to walk through the wall. 1 in 10,000 chance you'll get to the back room. Some people spend years, others get out the first, second try. It's all luck. Likely find yourself in 0, but might go to 1 and 2. I don't remember if that's changed or not. Doesn't matter. Accept your fate. Don't panic. Make a note of your surroundings. Determine where you are. Accept it as your new home, because you won't be returned to Earth ever again. That's cute. Stay here. Attempt to stay here. Attempt to escape will likely lead to more dangerous levels. No exits from the back rooms. Difficult to even find one. Must pass through many dangerous levels and unlikely occurrences. No one's officially made it out. Nobody knows if it ends. What to bring? Different types of expeditions. First excursion, 0 and 1. Shallow, 2 to 4. Deep, 5, 8, and onwards. Should have said 5 through onwards, because like this is redundant then. Discuss necessary items for the basics, necessary for 0, 1, and for the other levels. First aid kit, no-brainer, naturally. Vitamins and antibiotics, also a good idea. Weapon, extremely important. Machete or long knife, easy to conceal. Firearms not recommended, they're powerful, noise carried by the creatures. Also, you have limited ammo. Crossbows okay, but marry the noise the arrow makes when striking or not striking the target. Like a little sharp whistle. That's a nice note that, hey, crossbows aren't completely silent. I also would have made mention of the wire snapping top button. Timer. In the backrooms, time is scattered rent and reality. So it's completely made up to one's perception. Not keeping track of time make you wander for hours or weeks. Check the timer. I would have said mechanical watch instead than just timer, because that's a bit vague. Because like your phone will run out, so probably wouldn't want you to have anything digital. So like a mechanical, you get what I'm saying? Canteen or bottle. 4 to 5 in negative levels, whatever those mean. Have almond water, extremely important if one wishes to survive the backrooms. Keep you from going ill-traded for goods, food, or weapons. Be drunk if boiled. That's weirdly specific. Only if you don't have regular water left. Almond water can have side effects even if boiled. I think that is now not canon? I think I was in a different one. Anyway. Snacks. Bring snacks is a good idea. Bring a plentiful amount. You don't want to run out of food. Yeah, you can say food. Sleeping bag, probably for the bed. I always recommend hammocks because they're cooler for your stories. But spare clothes, naturally, backpack, headlamp or flashlight, leather work gloves. So that should be TM'd, but specialized equipment. Oh, everything below. Okay. Balaclava or ski mask. Alright. Thick coat near. I feel like near elbow pads should go for. Okay, this should definitely be up here then. Same with thick coat. NVGs. Yeah, I don't think people are really gonna have. Thank you for reading this guide. Good luck. Stay safe. Is this highly avoided? Because if so, yeah, that's pretty high. I like that. That's nice. I hate that it's outdated, but I like that. That was cute, right? The whole like, here's how you are able to. I'm gonna read one of these, and I'm gonna queue something up. I'm gonna queue past. Uh, go to levels. Let's go middling. Oh wow, I see we have the same issue here. Oh wow. Okay. What is your rating? 25, huh? Right. We'll check that out later. Wow, okay. Oh, this is a tail. Oh, sorry, I'm not. Oh, it's not. I was gonna say, sorry, I'm not looking to read tales today. Why are you. Hmm? Oh, because we're going back to. Partially graded section of point 1. Photograph from level 0. What's your rating, by the way? 113. Not bad. Enormous megastructure found embedded in level 0. I like megastructures. Although it's largely be considered a sublevel, point 1 is contained entirely within the bounds of its parent level. Notable details: threshold between 0 and point 1, viewed from sublevel. 0 is a series of nearly identical floors stacked vertically on top of one another. When breaching the ceiling or floor of 0... When attempting to breach the ceiling or floor of 0 from elsewhere, the level does not lead to other parts of the level. Okay, so it's saying like, oh yeah, it looks like this, but that doesn't work in real life. Okay. Made primarily out of metal and glass. Oh, cool. Made primarily out of metal and glass, features different rooms and chambers built using a smooth, futuristic style of architecture. I don't... I'm just so used to SCP not having like words like this. Majority of structure shows signs of damage and exposed wires, but electronics can be found. Far from being completely mapped, enormous hollowed section in what's believed the center makes it possible to get a good general shape of structure, level as a whole. Shell is thick, generally having width of dozens of city blocks. Hot damn. Spherical shell surrounding the aforementioned cavity. Is it empty or? Oh, it is the sublevel. Okay. Shell is a large variety of brightly lit rooms, bedrooms, kitchens, gyms, more hydroponic greenhouses, various types of disrepair. Many rooms are connected with automatic sliding doors, perfectly functional. Automatons, various designs roaming around, few working perform automatic tasks like cleaning, cooking. Aspects such as temperature, lighting vary wildly. Uh, well lit, temperature staying steadily around room. Damaged portions of point 1 can be left in almost complete darkness. Semi-regular qualities. Okay, what is the Bintig? Another group. Uh, they go here to harvest materials not authorized by Meg due to dangers posed by 0 and difficulty leaving. This has got to be like outdated, right? Wanderers can pass between 0 and point 1 by walking. Due to the vastness, coming across point 1 is extremely unlikely, but it's suggested by the Bundestag they may have access to a reliable method of going to point 1. By going back, point 1 can be exited by just no clipping, usually going to 1 or 0. I like that. Or rather, I like that, where is it? I like that she has an unhappy ending. That's fun. This is kind of cool. I like that. I like the idea of these sub-levels, right? Where someone can just tack on to stuff. Your name intrigues me. For that, we're gonna get lobotomized. Uh, this is morbid curiosity. I don't expect this to be very good. Inscrutable location exists outside of the boundaries of the back. Okay, that's immediately. I'm not big on that. Portion inaccessible by normal means. Purposeful entrance has yielded no positive results. Every entrance has been regretfully accidental. Slew of complications regarding memory, communication, details, encounters filled in by the mind unreliable. Incongruency. We're using weird words. Accounts from survivors agree it's rusty, dirty, dark, and humid. The buildings described either a prison or a hospital in disrepair and with lack of light sources. Difficult to move around. Encounters last 1 or 2 hours due to the level being unstable. Reliable accounts are elusive from two factors: rarity and the state they're left in. 18 wanderers on average find themselves here annually. More cases may exist due to survivors who exit have irreparable form of brain damage, mainly the temporal lobe. Communication of the experience difficult or impossible. Damage exacerbated for the first 5 days, mild or extreme. Some cases, vegetative state is achieved a week following exposure. Brain damage leaves you vulnerable and may result in some never living. They never seem to be harmed physically. 4791. Curious. What?
I feel like I'm gonna get a seizure. Like I'm gonna scroll down, it's gonna like be flashing lights. So I'm just gonna not. The fuck is that? Uh, yes. Okay. It's bold though. It's weird. Brown, black color, white stature. I would also call it humanoid. Uh, Little is known about motivation, role after effects, dubious link between severity and symptoms. No evidence until 2020. Oh, canonically in the future. Taken into care given their account level, images proof, condition worsened, death followed. Uh, they want to investigate it. I would say leave it the fuck alone. Honestly, no reason to give a shit. Brain shrinkage. What, do you have a fucking x-ray to check out? Or are you just doing autopsies? Like these make sense, right? Impaired sensory processing, like you snap at their ears and they take a second. Stuttering and like slurring of their words, right? And ability to focus. This is easy to tell, right? Stuff like that. How the fuck do you know their brain has shrunk? I don't know what these mean. How do you know they didn't have that beforehand? Semantic dementia, and then just presumably dying. Random. Okay. I expected that to be worse. It's not, great. I've definitely read. Oh, right. After one has entered, there's presumably no chance of exit. Be turned into a tail. Oh, it just traps you in a loop, huh? So he still works as Link. Radio communication unreliable. Longer you stay in, poor quality of communication. 3 instances of field agents falling victim to red rooms, none of whom were seen again. Rooms are difficult or impossible to escape. Areas described viscerally uncomfortable, generally displeasing. Disgust, despair, paranoia, claustrophobia. That's normal though. Or spotted turnaround. Pretty basic honeypot trap sort of idea. I like that. It's nice. So you've intrigued me with your title. I should have known you'd hurt my fucking eyes. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm not gonna read this tonight. It's dark in my room. Oh fuck, that was blinding. That was cool though. From what little I said. National Park, huh? Check you out. Okay, so I think this is the new meta, I guess. I don't like that. Is this the new meta, or are we just not recent enough? Give me you. Huh. Chinese. Yeah, no, this is the new meta. What is this? Is this a swamp or something? Polluted wasteland. Maybe later. This is the national park. Taken 2014. Relatively safe and harmless, no known exits. Clearings are in. Okay, so I always figured Backrooms was like you have to be inside a location. Actually, wait, I think I remember one where you don't. So something called bumper crop. It's you, right? You're like a big farm? Yeah. Wheat and barley fields. Front rooms. Mm, what? Why is this moving in the background? What is that in the background? Is that an apple core? And Mom and Dad and my dog first clipped into one on a picnic were shocked. They had no idea what to do. Mom, God bless her, kept it together and let us out. Having lived on our own wee farm all our lives, all we wanted was a quiet place to stay. Closest we got was level 4, but the dog kept climbing up the windows. We regretted moving further onwards to 5, 6, and 8. Once we got to 10, we had a feeling it was all worth it. Worms, huh? Uh, are they just regular? Fuck it, just eat the worms, man. They go down to more than a meter, damn. Advised with caution excavating the oil as if digging a hole deeper than 1 meter may result in rapid emergence of worms. Slipping or falling, damage to clothing, risk of physical harm from the. Oh, never mind. They try to burrow into you. Okay. I lied. Never forget the smell of wheat grain as we laid ourselves down on the wet soil floor. Saw worms come up, but didn't pay no mind. It's got to be out of the caves and to be somewhere familiar to me. Mom and Dad found a barn. Someone might have built it. It might have just been here. It's our new home. We felt like everything's gonna be all right. Just gonna go ahead and quickly read these things. A few days into living in the level, Mom installed a wooden doorstep. I was pretty impressed because she'd been complaining about feeling weak. Decided to play my little watching things decompose game. So I grabbed a piece of wheat and placed it down to watch it rot. It's quite so to see that it never decomposed one bit. Saw one of the worms come up, start eating it, then turn right around. It was all that any of us had eaten. So that something happened to Mom and Dad one night was asleep. They were making porridge, woke up to the smell of burnt porridge. Mom and Dad on the ground, didn't think twice about getting out of there. Took the dog, went straight for the lake. And then I knew life in the back was a bit more complicated than I thought. Oh, so it's just a big trap. Okay, there's a different one I know. Bumper crop, matrix, boiling frogs paradise, attic floorboards, numbered doors, ruined quarter hub, SS5, bunker springs. Is it you? I don't think it's you. Clump. Because I remember something called a clump. I don't remember something called a clump. Are they called a glump or something like that? This looks like a slur. The king. Anyway. Climate never shifts from overcast light and sky. Bodies of water present through 10. Consistent elevation. Uh, Soil possessing slight hydrophobic properties. Gross. Preventing irrigation of water. Water from pits has been deemed safe. Taste has an earthy undertone. I kind of like that though. Fun fact, guys. I used to drink out of rain puddles. By used to, I mean like 2 years ago. So I did know better. As a kid, I didn't do it. Literally, I just when I started knowing better, fuck it, right? Free of algae, other organisms, only containing various microbes and benign fungi. Water is highly oxygenated, which contributes to clear, uncontaminated appearance. Areas surrounding have less cultivated appearance, including dirt and grass. A diverse range of structures can be found: wooden sheds, outbuildings, large barns, stables. Largely empty, aside from housing certain useful resources, namely wood and nails, rather. Might be of interest for people. Further analysis. Base shrubbery, varying species, have no unusual properties, never outgrow each other, however. Same height, trees are of average hardness, uses wood. More practical to just scran structures and cannibalize them. Plants may yield insights, potential use characteristics, insights to ecology of 10, dirt paths are present, distinguished by tire tracks, suggesting vehicles, but no such vehicles have been observed. Do not appear to regrow. Cultivating plants on these roads have failed. Sown seeds fail to germinate. Following these roads can lead someone to level 11. Where is level 11? That is the city number 6. Okay. Worms. Transitory location for Meg. No dedicated outpost. If Steam wants to stay, they're to do so for a short time in a barn or something. Creation of an outpost has been deemed a waste due to ease of access to 11. Concerns about nutritional value have led to Meg halting its harvest, which used to be carried out regularly. The wheat appears to be safe to consume, and thus its flour may be used to thicken in recipes, but grain harvesting and outposts on other levels have been deemed more beneficial to the health of wanderers overall. Okay, so you can straight up farm in the back rooms, or at least that's what it's telling me. So if I just go to a different location that is not here and farm, I feel like I could just be happy and live there if I ever showed up here. I mean, it's not like inherently a negative, but I always figured Backrooms was like specifically wanting to be horror, as opposed to Foundation, which is just kind of like a pinch of everything now. Walkways in 9 lead you here, certain streets lead you here, an arcade machine 25 leads you here. Find a road takes it 11. A patch of canola. And entering there leads you to 184, and swimming in the lake can lead to some of the aquatic stuff. Interesting. 184. Are you the one I'm thinking of then? I don't think you're the one I'm thinking of either. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I felt like I should just give a quick thoughts on my feelings about the backroom so far. Oh, fuck yeah. What the hell? This doesn't have that. Is that a 184 specific thing? Let's check out Eternal Gamma or something. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally opened a new tab. This is weird. Yeah, it looks like it was just... Damn, that's a shame. It says at least... What were you again? Not here? Is what I would have said. Remember it had a sublevel, so I can just check for what has a sublevel. And quickly find it like that. How far up was I when I clicked it, by the way? Does anyone remember? Again, it's just like so many of these are empty and they need to be. When you have just like pages over here you could use. Okay, that is something that needs to be here. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9, those cute. It probably didn't have dark mode anyway. Um, that's cool. Let me just turn that up for you. Okay, let me just turn that down for you. I'm gonna have it be for you like there. It's a bit loud for me, so I'm gonna turn it down a bit. I'm gonna actually have this speak a little bit louder too. So I hope that's a good level. I don't know if I'm gonna be completely fucking inaudible for this, but let's give it a go, yeah, folks. That's cool. I like that. That's an option right there. The ambiance. Uh, oh, I forgot to say. What the fuck is it? I like that. That's cool. I also like that you gave me an option for a dark mode. I actually don't see that all too often in SCP. Well, sometimes you see ambience, but sometimes most times you don't.
Check my back real quick, actually. Damn. Nice. Anyway. But walking around this countryside level some more gets me thinking all these abandoned things. You ever wonder how entities see us? Like the entities we don't talk to? Wonder if they wonder where we came from. I'm gonna quickly go ahead and look at this. Oh, it just has the one. Oh, there we go. Alright, man, I'm on level 11 now. I left one of the houses. The door just left me here instead. It was weird. This place got me super introspective. Thought about where the buildings came from. Maybe they're abandoned structures from other levels, taken here by some cosmic funnel. Maybe they just spawned it on their own. But if they're from somewhere else, I wondered why they were left behind. I wondered if anyone had ever thought about them again after their abandonment. I conclude after some time that nobody must miss them. Probably do come from the level itself. It doesn't matter anyway, because now it's me who misses them. Intriguing. Field of Forgotten Forts. Pleasantly scenic, devoid of hostile entities. Landscape lends itself to establishment of outposts and communities. Abundance of natural resources, fertile grounds, and building materials. 184 is considered eerily peaceful by most due to desolate and long-forgotten buildings. Was that a new noise on the ambience? Or am I just not paying attention too close? I like it a lot, actually. I'm gonna be sad and have to move on from this. They got me just to go. I hope that these aren't just happen to be fucking copyrighted sounds. By the way, I'll turn it down a little bit more because I'm worried that I'm definitely like too quiet for this or something. Hope this shit's not copyrighted. These fucking nature sounds. Plants grow just and die like they were. The front rooms are different to rotting and degradation in neighboring structures. Rain is swaths of wheat, barley, and on occasion, rice, or other grain plants like rice. Harvested, consumed, transported to other levels as food, used producing oats, boiling rice, beer, other numerous food staples. Most common buildings are boxy wooden sheds housed, often not completely destroyed, making their materials possible unsafe to access. Unfurnished, tree-accessible buildings have no lack floorings, exposing dirt ground, sometimes leading to plants growing. Canola fields, however, are identical for the most part to grain fields, with the presence of bright sunny canola being the main difference. No report of a non-building object, i.e. streets, signs, cars, etc., in the area. There's a footnote, by the way. Presence of such has not been ruled out. Most common buildings are fully abandoned farms, complete with old dilapidated houses, usually barren with little furniture. Most furnished, the smallest, however, including chairs, 19 kitchens. Oftentimes contain items like utensils, but all food recovered has thus far been rye. Canola seeds have been used to create canola oil. Canola pods are harvested by Meg. Separation and processing delegated to Bunteg, who sells 75% of the oil produced. 15% is given back to Meg. Bunteg uses 10%. Uncultivated plots of land without crops or large buildings make up the remaining regions of this level. These are grassy and unkempt, but the ground may have potential to be used for farming. Buildings are seldom seen. Some structures are Some structures are fences, usually fences and walls. Stone walls, metal fences separate the plains. It's just like some of the more lore I like, right? Explaining the different levels. I want to get it clear. I like the idea of these different groups, right? Just so long as you talk about the mundane shit, like, hey, they have fucking canola oil. I think that's cool. Maybe I'm just weird, but I think that's cool. To be fair, it's just because I, again, think food in your world building matters an immense amount. Anyway. Speaking of, bases, community outpost. Meg Grain Harvesting Outpost. Newly established, produces rice and oats for rations, beer and flour for distributed to Bunteg for sale or use. Outpost manned by 7 people. Operates in a semi-repaired schoolhouse. Renovations are underway.
Canola harvesting outpost. Newly established outpost uses canola fields to produce oil. Manned by 8 people. Operation from a cleared out shed. Ivy's removed. The door has been reattached and repainted. You went through the effort of painting your damn door. I don't think I'd bother with painting the fucking door. Rarely seamlessly entered through other levels that resemble it. Examples 10, 8, 11, 205. But these are all farming ones. Specific entry point in 10 can be entered through 170 by finding an especially degraded concrete structure. 170 will be gone, replaced with 184. Exits going to 11. Opposite direction goes nowhere. 11, 4, 4, 11, 11, 4, 10. I'm going to. Alright. Oh, I can't stop playing it. That's a shame. What levels? 8, 11, 205. Bright, bright, bright. 205. 8, 11. Ugh. I like the ambience though. That's cute that they did that. Let's really quickly. Backrooms non-aligned trade group. Oh, interesting. A trading empire. Oh wow, there's a lot. Oh wow, they organize themselves like a fucking corporation. That's really cool. Oh my god, I actually like this. They're part. Oh, the other groups they partner with. What is the Unbound Explorers Coalition? And then they're in lore, like how they see them and stuff. That's so fucking. This is really cool. I wouldn't try going there. Uh, oh, it acts like it. Okay, yeah. Don't bother these people. Uh, Object 5, huh? Are you a tail? Daughter wants to go trick-or-treating at 11 at this big fall festival. Monsters free to go. Taking the day off short notice. Most commercially important holidays have consequences. If you take that first off, you're going to increase your debt by 120. 120, that'll only take a week. Oh, yeah, they're assholes. Fun. Discontinued. Are you highlighted or are you deleted level 14? Trader Vault. Spontan 11. 5 credits for a 1 pound bag. Description. Formatted a bit more like an SCP Candy Addict. Common type silver tongue. Small tongue-shaped pieces, feel distinguished from metal, melts in your mouth, but not when heated. It makes you more persuasive. Mildly. Biting bullets. Bullet-shaped pieces of chocolate. Silver-colored foil wrapper. Difficult to chew. You temporarily lose your sense of touch. No effect on the pain receptors. Fun. Guns. Small metal, non-functional guns. Not traditionally edible, but will cause an effect when swallowed whole. Not suggested to eat these. They're a choking hazard. Your hand temporarily turns into a working gun, only firing chocolate bullets. Due to the made chocolate does not cause very much harm. They do not share the properties with biting bullets. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm back, and while I was gone, I sneezed, so you all better say in the comments right now, bless you. I appreciate it in advance for all of those of you who said that. Flat Stanley's flat pieces of sugary paper kindly put person. Oh, I remember that book series. When placed on your tongue, they dissolve. Causes all items on the person, the user and items on them to become two-dimensional. Immediately transpose near its flat surface. How long? I feel like you should tell me that. Hazardous waste. Oh, hey, I know that candy. Sour hard candy stylized in the shape of a cylindrical hazardous waste container. Dangerous digestive problems after consuming. Slowly becomes corrosive. Affects the mouth as well. Cause severe damage to teeth and gums. Yeah, that makes sense. Brainiacs. Pink sugar wafers printed with sayings 2 plus 2 equals 4, capital turkeys, and Kara, and E equals MC squared. You feel significantly smarter at the time after eating. Testing has shown no noticeable change, however. Almond mints. O-shaped mints look similar to Front Room's Lifesavers. Users report the taste combination of mint and almond. Your breath smells very clean afterwards. No other effects. When the sweets first came to Levin back in 2020, it was a simple wanderer taken basking in the scarcity paradise, post-scarcity paradise of Spawn Town. Did a little work with the Meggies, but aside from that, just lived, made some friends, life was good. Come October, some friends of mine getting real bored, figured we'd take part in Halloween. Never really the Halloweener in my youth, but figured this would be a good opportunity to have fun I missed out as a kid. You dig? So I got in this crusty old overcoat filled with holes type you'd see on a bum or a drifter, and a grave, featureless mask that dressed up like a duller. I figure that's an entity or something. Tricked and I treated, frolicking to and fro with friends, getting candy from nice wanderers. Good time all around. About that time, me and my friends headed home, had some liquor, gorgeous on the nights, earning. That's how it started. Realized, oh hey, this shit tastes pretty good. Pretty soon you get addicted. People go, oh, I'm addicted to coffee, or I'm addicted to junk food. You haven't really been an addict till you do anything to get another bit. You backstab your friends, even kill a man if you had to. Oh, how fun. Luckily, the 11 effects started from going quite that far. I usually just kept stealing. Little trick that me and my friends figured out is if you pop a Stanley, like fucking popping a stim, walk onto someone's house, the cracks in the wall. When it's time to escape, pop another one. Dangerous too, because you're still in the crack, you get straight squished. Happened to a friend of mine, popped a Stanley. By the time he got out, the eyes were waiting for him. This is linked to the Eyes of Argus, whatever that means. He just waited in the crack for them to pass on. I was his getaway man, you dig, and I wasn't on the eyes list yet, so I was able to wait there safely, saw it all go down, waiting for the eyes to go away when it wore off. Don't think I'll ever get that sound out of my head. Not his screams, those got cut off pretty quickly, but the horrible squelching sound that his body made as his bones and organs were crushed in the crack. Done some bad stuff, doped up on candy. Trying to scrounge enough to one take credit to score another bag. And have to get the eyes on me for a while too. Got around by hiding in the keep for some years. When I went there, easier than expected to find another plug. They seek out your need like a beacon. Some in the alley after they've been there for not 15 minutes, spitting a big glob of blood and pus. The tell of a waster. I personally don't touch waste. Some of the people I've met swear by it, but I feel like my teeth are gonna fall out when I use it. Real deep to become a waster. But this is fucking fun. I like this. This is fun. If it comes to that, take me out back. Figured the fellow was a waster, probably a dealer. At the very least, knew where to find one. What better way of a habit? The fun to habit than by dealing. Time of the keep was my lowest point. Spent 8 hours a day staring at a wall. Every once in a while, pop another bullet just to bask in it. Didn't get visitors back then. Didn't know many people. Those who did come, I did ignore. Stuck in a dull haze. My supply got low. Then I'd hit up Sid the Scrivener to get me another bag. Hell of a name. Continued to reach my last credit. Things are hard to steal and to keep. More eyes on you. Lowercase e, of course. The eyes not catching me there was the only good thing. Nevertheless, human side got hard to be around. Buntag and all that, even if they are human. Rounded the creds, figured it time to go back to 11. Didn't know what I was going to go do there. Better than getting the negatives of Buntag, that's for sure. At that point, figured I had to go clean. I did on and off. The only really last time my next opportunity to relapse. Got stuck doing odd jobs just to pay for the habit. Article for the Eagle here. Job for the Meggies here. And that's about what I am. About where I am. Wish I could quit. And I've heard the rumors people working on a way to get people off the stuff, but these efforts always get snuffed out. Nothing's confirmed. I know Buntag keeps them from getting it out. But if people are able to get off candy so easily, they lose money. Nothing ever mattered to them more than that. At this point, I know they're at the bottom of the whole candy operation. Who else could keep candy supply moving than them? I figured they're selling it wholesale to a few trusted sources, letting it trickle out. Big Buntag public disavow this stuff. It became public. It's addictive. Think they knew the whole time, just trying to get money. Figure they made it addictive on purpose, or at least made a conscious decision to capitalize on it. Whatever the case is, they kept candy economy going by any means. That is fucking hilarious. I like that. That's funny. Self-produced then. Trading is done by presses, water, electrical, gas services. Four, huh? Where is this? Oh, you can't click on. Is it in traders? Cash it. That's 2. We're going the right way. 4. Residential buildings containing apartments housed by entire families. Wow, so this is like fucking City 11 is like huge then, huh? Healing capabilities, huh? This is cool. I like this. I like that they're Marshall Carter in dark. I don't know how much more of this will do. I do like this so far, right? Granted, I'm not looking through any of the quote scary stuff, and I'm really only just like kind of skimming it and like not reading it fully. But I don't know. So far, I'm gonna have fun. Right? I don't know if I'm yawning. I don't know how y'all are feeling about this or how this is gonna be fucking boring as shit, but I don't know. I'm having fun. So we'll see. Grove of Clones, huh? Hostility. This does not look very much like a farm location. Hmm. 205 takes appearance of a boundless non-Euclidean forested expanse with a single lamppost called the Nexus, surrounded by coniferous trees, like pine trees. Grove is assumed by the Meg to be a paradox-solving mechanism or 2 existing versions of what entity? Footnote being any supposed that any beings that can no clip here, not just wanderers, which I presume is just people. You could just say people, but that stem from the same original timeline, pitted against each other, forcing one version to phase out of existence if the lamppost wire is severed using the red wire cutters. General landscape resembles typical temperate forest. Typical forest almost is lost as soon as you wake to your surroundings, so immediately then. Shrouded in eternal darkness with a thick, unnatural mist, seems to shift and drift as if following something. Remarkably, night sky holds an urban quality, whatever that means. Oh, right there. Orange hue from light pollution. Odd phenomenon given no major city or major light source has been identified. Other than the Nexus, place is barren, monotonous, no landmarks. Back in '01, Grove Clones was dismissed by Meg and reported in '01, dismissed by the Meg in 2017 due to evidence. 4 years later, in May 2021, Meg operative captured the only photo and audio recording. Audio? Hmm. Seems like there is no like actual thing here. Okay, it's a that'd be a transcript for a second. Yeah, enabling proper documentation. I guess the implication is we're looking through this from the eyes of the Meg. Oh yeah, I should probably check what that stands for. Okay, cool. Major Explorer Group. Tails. Characters. XCF units. Okay, yeah, so like we're presumably from the okay, so I think I get it now. We're on terminal for like the Meg. A lot more SCP influence than I thought. Or rather a lot more like accurate SCP influence than I thought. I always knew Backrooms would be like, yeah, we're pretty SCP inspired, but like now that I know it's like they're doing it up properly, I'm content. I guess that goes to show you folks. Never judge a book by its cover. Except usually it works. I'm gonna attribute that to, ooh, this definitely looks like a farm. Ooh, an arm. I'm gonna attribute that to, like, moderation getting better in recent times, or something. I don't know. I don't remember it being this good. But it's not bad. Yeah, the light lamp area. All the stable locations, stepping beyond it results. Ugh. Major uncontrollable shifts in topology. Non-Euclidean geometry wonders who experience the shifts report they look back. Under here, you'll find the two pairs of red wire cutters laying on the electrical box of the lamppost parallel to an exposed span of white wire. When you enter, you will have no recollection of anything that led up to your entry, unknown how or why. After you orient yourself, your report instantly swarmed by a sense of horror from beyond the shadows. Flickering noise. Anyone in the presence is... Anyone who let the presence be known within the seemingly vulnerable space anticipate a wailing response, but just received a reply from themselves. Yes, their alterness. Instantly recall the circumstances that precede the abrupt no clipping into here. They're free to converse. Strong conversation encourages to shift the wanderer's mind away from flickering in the shadow. Unsettling sharp bursts of sound. That make you nervous. Investigate these noises. Disturbed. Nothing evident to create them. Imperative you don't lose contact with your alternate. An uncoordination dash of the shadows is made. Chance for escape for either party is slimmer. If one version perishes by natural means, it's assumed the other one gets trapped. Energy preservation should be high priority. Sleeping leads to separation. Wanderers who endure here for a while report noises echoing out thin air getting closer. You feel aura of impending doom. Like it's trying to panic you into choosing. Remain calm and composed. If your friend refuses to cut the wire, just wait. Manipulate, bribe them, gaslight them, whatever it takes. Usually successful. Wanderer once claimed to escape by winning a coin toss, as their ultimates had a coin. No time skill, you can spend as long as necessary ensuring they cut the wire. So when they cut the wire, you will be no-clipped and re-emerged. Unknown what happens to the alternate. So far, no wanderers ever claimed to survive it. Anyone successful to get their friend or cut the wire report hearing an electrical noise. Sheer panic implies that the unearthly sounds are souls who are trapped here. Proposed phenomenon to filter, yeah. During the cycle, your flickers are both exclusive. Once the wire is cut, someone becomes 1, someone becomes 0. Mathematical equation of volatile flicker. W sub 1 plus W sub 2 equals 1, where 0 is greater, 0 is less than or equal to W, which is less than 2, and is an integer. Someone do the math for that very much, please. Is that like, does that work? I don't remember my math very well. Only known way is to see an alternate version of yourself, and then you will be immediately teleported here. There should be a little note there about like what happens if you're a twin, or like what it would feel like being a twin, right? Identical. It doesn't need to be literal, right? But just like saying like, oh yeah, stuff like this is stressful for people who are identical twins. Be kind of cute. This I like. Again, I like this format. Titan's Sepulchrum, or Titan's. These ancient sepulchres ooze with the gelatinous night soil of 1,000 corpses. The Titan's deathbed. Scored level for the Meg. Written records. Date as far back as 3189 BC. Just making sure I said the right letters. Numbers, rather. Fuck! Vast prairie, various hills, trees, rivers, lakes, flower beds, craters, mountains. Atmosphere is chemically identical to Earth's. Temperature has been observed from 15 to 19 C. Don't know what that is in American. Day-night cycle identical to Earth. Magnetic field, no explanation found for existence. No animal life, no abnormal traits. About geography, climate, vegetation. Remember the many structures, though. 811. The Lost claim to build these stone structures, but deny created the metal constructs alongside them. Scan of an old document of lost origin, largely depicting one of many relics. No objects matching the sketch were discovered. A gauntlet? Question mark? Several examples of ruined architecture, simple stone structures, gravity-defying massive twisted metal. Theorized built by non-humans, archaeological research should confirm or deny in that feature. Level's namesake feature, colossal metallic structures resembling armor weaponry spread through the level. Strange circuit-like lines running through them pulsate faint light, regular intervals, found throughout the prairie, covered in mountains, partially engulfed in ground, floating high up in the air. Key landmarks level have been helped by wanderers to orient themselves since the time of the lost, which is well, I'll be damned. A consistent idea. Well, I got sidetracked. Featured maps research is being performed. Excalibur. Names like its namesake, sword carved in the ground, serves as the entry point, main landmark, crucial orientation point given its located portion of flat terrain. Can be used as a sundial. That's a cute note. Shows heavy when I say cute, I don't mean that demeaning, I mean that positive. Sword shows heavy damage, cracks, chunks, rust. Most blades on the ground, determining the length is impossible. Is it hoodie? Massive helm structure, resting on its side, small hill, 3 kilos northeast of Excalibur. Helm surrounded by various smaller metal pieces, ranging from scraps and splinters, larger pieces, wires, tubes, etc. No connection between them and the Zahudi even determined. Thought parts are hidden below surface. Named from Egyptian god of wisdom and writing, known as Thoth. Thoth? I don't know. Depicted as the head of an ibis. Helm seas resemble. Disrepair. Cracks, rust, and moss. And seal, round shield carved from the base of a mountain. Not but into a small mountain. Located 7 kilos southeast of Excalibur. Disrepair. Massive fissures, signs of corrosion. Sacred shields in the Temple of Mars. Perpetuated Roman Empire's sovereignty. Icaros. Icaros? Yes, I know what a hand brace is. Located flower field 12 kilos west of Excalibur. Icaros is a van brace linked to a gauntlet. Motion on the ground reaches the sky. Rest position earned artifact's name. Greek myth of Icarus, estimated to measure 9 and 12 meters. Damn! Digging has been planned around the relic to determine if there's more than just an arm. Flower has been found growing in the palm. Atlas, like Icarus, van brace linked to gauntlet, located on a hill 7 kilos east of Excalibur. Many similarities to Oh! There's a guy buried under there then, isn't there? Burn marks on the armor plating, noticeable signs of corrosion. Holding a massive boulder, 15 tons estimated, earned its name, references. Gun Gungnir, I don't know how to pronounce that. 20-meter long spear, found hovering above a crater surrounded by a river 25 kilos north of Excalibur. Extensively adorned, carries some insignia dangling off the end, unknown how it hovers in place. Origins of crater unknown, shape of surrounding river indicate impact rather than formed through natural erosion. Named after the legendary spear of Odin. Aegis, largest artifact found, heavily damaged torso section, giant mechanized armor, and a mountain void of limbs or a head. Located 30 kilos northwest of Excalibur, bashed and pierced several times, revealing frame below the plating, contains ventilation shafts and some sort of chamber within the chest area. Object of exploration, large portions covered in vines and moss, Aegis derived from legendary artifact, Greek mythology, breastplate of Zeus. ARG stuff. Small cockpit areas found in Aegis, Meg Operative Faith Silversong. Uh, oh, it's found in Aegis. Meg Operative Faith Silversong, member of the team New Horizons, entered the structure through a small hatch, which was closed immediately after entry. After it was sealed, whirring sound was heard. Faith claimed the interior shifted, seating her in the cockpit, encasing her limbs in tubes, and placing a helm-like visor over her head following exhaustive work, Mega's managed to retrieve the excerpt. Because oh yeah, this flashed here then. Can I make you hide again? So that's Thoth determining hostile presence. No enemies attacked, determining allied presence. No allies attacked, scanning terrain. Unit damaged, calculating time elapsed since last battle. These. Oh shit! I should have. I'm definitely like skipping stuff, but like it's cool. That's cool. You guys, I'm gonna stop ahead of time. You guys should go home here and read this shit yourself. I'm sleepy. I mean, if you want me to like explore this shit more often, or even just like go through like the SCP Wiki stuff. Overall, I liked it, right? I think things could have definitely been better, but I liked it. Things have been worse, right? I had fun with going through it. I definitely now feel bad for being dismissive of the backrooms and hope this is, I don't know, was fun for you too or something. I don't know. We'll see you next time, I guess.